What's up, you guys? I'm Drew Hernandez, and today on the Candid Conversation, I have Odd Jobs. If you guys want to introduce you guys yourselves,
Hey, I'm Josh.
I'm Max.
and
For Odd Jobs, yeah.
you guys started Odd Jobs. And what is Odd Jobs, first of all?
Yeah, good question. So we deliver, outdoor living spaces to homeowners in the area. So we work primarily in Oakland County. So I'm sure everybody who sees this probably lives in, West Bloomfield, Waterford, Farmington Hills, Rochester Hills,
Franklin,
Walled Lake, all those areas. So we work in those areas. We do paper patios, retaining walls, pergolas, outdoor lighting. What else am I forgetting?
We do a lot of stuff, outdoor kitchens,
Yep.
all that stuff, decks.
Yeah, so a lot of just outdoor living spaces, and we work with homeowners to help them, design them first and then actually create them.
That's awesome. So you do something for the image of what the person wants.
Yeah, absolutely. So we start with a 3D design. So our 3D designs really give our customers, a vision of, hey, this is what your space is going to look like. This is how, this patio is going to mesh with these landscaping features. This is how the pergola will look on the patio, different things like that. So we like doing that to give them a vision. So when you're making a big investment into your home, you want to see and make sure you're getting exactly what you want. So that's why.
Right, obviously. Well, that's awesome. And how did you guys meet?
We met through Boy Scouts
Yep.
a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
And from shout out to Dan Diedrich. He is a person that does a podcast as well. You guys messaged me because he said something about my podcast. So it's awesome to have you guys. I'm really happy to have you guys, and thank you for reaching out to me. I'm glad I could showcase you guys and what you guys do too. So that being said, what drives you guys? Like, how did you guys come up with this concept, first of all, actually?
Yeah, so it started a while ago. Really was just cleaning in my dad's garage, and he wanted some help with a project, and I recruited a friend to help me with that project. And then that summer, I just started handing out a bunch of flyers, getting some contacts in the West Bloomfield area. Got a little bit of buzz. People were calling us asking for, miscellaneous projects. Hey, can you clean out my garage? Can you help me with even mowing my lawn or cleaning my windows? Just small stuff. But over the years, Max and I have worked together and started to realize that, hey, there's more than just, these miscellaneous projects. We can start going into, your big design and build projects, your patios, your retaining walls, really making those outdoor spaces, because in Michigan, you have a short time span in spring. So people want to make the most of it. And we like to do the same thing by, giving them a space to actually do that at.
When you guys first started, how long have you guys been together, first of all? How long has Odd Jobs been Odd Jobs?
So Josh started Odd Jobs, I believe, in 2016.
Yep.
And then I became part of the picture late 2018 around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Josh called me up one day and said, hey, you busy? I'm doing a leaf cleanup. You want to help me out?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I got nothing going on. Let me come help you out. So we did a leaf cleanup that day. And then the next day, we managed to bring in $1,000 in revenue through leaf cleanups. And that day, Josh and I looked at each other and said, hey,
let's do it.
This is happening, and we're going to make it happen. So here we are.
A little light bulb went off, and you're like, let's roll with this.
I probably will never forget that day. I think Max and I worked from sun up to sundown with 2 blowers, just blowing leaves all day, bagging them up.
Yeah, we started the day with 1 leaf blower and a rake.
Yeah, that's right.
And then middle of the day, we were like, we need to go buy another leaf blower. So we bought another leaf blower, and then we just started busting it out, and it's just gone uphill from there.
That's awesome. Yeah. So you guys said that you guys are mostly in Oakland County areas, right? Yeah. So I'm from Grand Rapids. What do you guys travel? Do you guys, if say someone in the Grand Rapids area was like, hey, I love what you guys do, would you guys be willing to travel to come do my yard?
Absolutely. Yeah. I actually just got back from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So we've been doing a lot of projects down there. So we are absolutely 100% willing and able to travel. But there is going to be a slight difference in cost between us and our competitors who are already in that area.
Right. That makes sense.
Yeah. Due to the fact they don't have to travel. But if you like our product and you like the quality that we provide, then we're absolutely happy and thankful to provide you with our service.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Supply and demand. You gotta do something with it. So how can people reach you guys if they want to contact you guys? If they want to see what you guys do, how do you publicize your guys' selves?
Yeah, good question. So we do a lot of promotion. So you can find us we're really active on Facebook. I think a lot of our target market's on Facebook. So, your first time home buyers, your empty nesters, all of them are actually on Facebook. But
Right.
we find a lot of our customers there, but we're also on Instagram. We're also on LinkedIn. We're also on Google. We're also on YouTube. You can see our designs there. We're also on Nextdoor, really big in the community with Nextdoor, meeting a lot of people there, and word of mouth. We've done in-person event at a community center, and it was almost like a science fair, but for businesses, a business fair. And we did it in person. We had people come meet us, so you can
That's
find
awesome.
it anywhere. And we also have a website too. So Odd Jobs LLC. Search it on Google, you'll find us.
Perfect. That's awesome. So when you guys started this company, did you guys think it would blow up to be going to South Carolina and doing jobs?
So I definitely thought that it had a lot of potential, but I didn't really fathom the extent of potential that it truly has.
Yeah.
And we have been blessed with this opportunity that can literally change our lives if we take it seriously, which we are taking extremely seriously.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Congrats, you guys. How old are you guys?
Good question.
I'm 23.
I'm 23 too. Yeah.
That's awesome. You guys are young entrepreneurs starting from the ground up, going from mowing lawns and picking up leaves in people's houses to doing some extraordinary things. So how does the creative mind, other than just the homeowner and the person that wants your guys' product, how does your creative mind play a factor?
Yeah.
A lot of the time people call us for what we think they would like best. A lot of the times, very few amount of people know exactly what they want.
Yep.
So
Right.
they call us looking for our expertise. What do we recommend? What's the most popular, shape of a patio? How many square feet is normally, acquired by a customer?
Yeah, a lot of the times they're calling us with ideas, and Max and I don't have all the ideas either. So we work with a brick vendor, Unilock, and they provide a bunch of opportunities for hey, these two pavers match up really nicely. Hey, this wall feature goes really well with this paver. Hey, this fire pit also matches really well with this select paver. So, we don't know everything, of course. We're still learning day by day. But, we have a support system with the brick vendor that we work with. And then, of course, experience just from doing projects. We know what works best, what's modern, what's sleek, what's more rustic, what's the best fit for that homeowner. And, of course, budget goes a lot into that as well.
Right, obviously. So do you guys individually specialize in certain aspects of what you guys do as Odd Jobs?
Yeah, Josh is a guru of marketing and sales. And I'm very keen to the installation process and more of the mechanical things behind the
Right.
scenes, like running the job site and getting the materials and making sure everything's as it should be to make sure that we can get in and get out as quickly and as efficiently as possible.
All right, that's awesome. So are you two the guys who are also going to be, do you guys have a crew with you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
So are you guys also like hands-on? I'm going to be like, yes, this is my company, but we are going to be putting our love and attention to this just for you guys as well.
Yeah. So we try to focus more on sales because without the sales, our guys have no work to do.
Right. Okay.
As much as we love creating these spaces, I think our guys enjoy it a lot more. We, of course, pay every little bit of attention to detail. So we don't really just drop them off and let them do their thing. And then we just come and clean everything up. We're there along the process, making sure, that everything's up to quality. There's no, problems or defects with the pavers from the factory. Just making sure that everything is to par and good to go.
It seems like you guys are right up there with how you guys are going. Like,
yeah,
that's awesome. I'm happy for you guys.
But at first it was myself and Max. It was just us two doing everything.
Yeah.
Answering the phone, doing estimates, sending the bids out, coming back to projects if we had to meet another customer. We did everything.
So from 2018 to where you are now, being as young as you guys are, you've learned so much in a short period of time.
Yeah.
And how does what you've learned from your guys' experience play a factor in how you run your company now?
Experience in terms of, actually being on the other side, actually having our hands dirty and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Or just as a whole, like from when you guys started blowing leaves to where your company is now, doing all the maintenance and the sales and everything. How has it been a full circle learning process to create Odd Jobs to where it is?
It has been
full circle.
A lot of learning.
For sure.
Josh and I, over the last year, have probably done about 5 to 6 years worth of learning.
Yeah.
It's been a blessing in disguise, because now we've basically hit every obstacle that you can hit. So now we're well prepared for when we come to that obstacle again. It's a lot of learning about the process and making sure that things go correctly. Because it's very simple to come put bricks on the ground. It's very simple. But it's also very simple to mess that up.
Yeah.
Just making sure that we have every process down to a T, and that we were using the right materials to ensure that our patios last as long as we say they last.
Yeah. But a lot of that goes into like emotional intelligence as well. Like Max and I both know, hey, we've done hard work before where it seemed gruesome, where it seemed like all the days so long. So you have some type of emotional intelligence around, hiring other people. And, hey, Josh, I don't feel like this is the best way to go about it. I feel like we're wasting time. Absolutely, I'm with you. Cool. Find a way that works best, that's most efficient, because I don't want to, try to put a circle into a square hole.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you guys are doing your hiring process for your crewmates and everything, what's certain aspects of the person that you look at, like about like dedication and hard work? Like, what are some of the attributes that it takes to be a member of Odd Jobs?
You have to be good at learning. You have to be willing and able to learn. You could show up pretty clueless and not know anything, but as long as you're a good learner and you're willing to put in the work, we'll absolutely teach you. But we're more or less now looking for people with experience, and not just any Joe Schmo who's been on a landscape crew before. Like we were looking for people who know what they're doing, can take initiative to start projects on their own, so that we don't really need to be there to say, hey, let's dig this out. All right, we dug that out. All right, let's compact it. We want somebody to be on site to be able to take charge of the job site itself. Yeah. Oh, in the beginning of the year, we were doing a patio. And
how many people we had?
We had at one point 11 employees. Our payroll is like $14,000 every 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. And it was outrageous. It was not correct at all. We thought that having a lot of employees would make us more efficient. But we learned over the year that we now have worked our way down to 2 guys, and those 2 guys alone are more effective and more efficient than the 11 guys that we had in the beginning of the year. So it's not really about finding quantity of people. It's about finding quality of people.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And you just kind of saying that, like that's in psychology terms, that's called the bystander effect. Because you have so many people around you, you're more apt to sit back and not do something about a situation that you need to be doing because you think someone else will take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That's another good reason why we like to keep the crew smaller, is because of that, what you just said exactly. We'll have one guy walk by something that's messed up and he'll say to himself like, oh, X person will get that. Yep. They're coming around right now, but then X person is like, oh, I just seen him look at that, he'll get that later, and then It ends up never getting done. So
yeah, I understand that. From the growing expenditure of how your company has been from day one to where you guys are now, what's something that you guys have learned that helps have a good relationship with homeowners when you're working with creating their idea of what you need to do for them?
always stay positive and agree with the customer.
Yeah, the customer may not be right, but you have to understand where they're coming from.
Right. Of course. I mean, obviously you guys want to do what they want. So just kind of the customer is always right kind of
That
scenario.
and also realizing like, this is a business transaction, but these are also people.
Right.
With
Yeah.
a home, with family, with friends. So open up, talk about, commonalities you guys have, because that makes the project so much simpler.
Yeah, of course.
Especially when there's no tension between you and the customer. And more importantly, when your team feels like, hey, everyone's kosher here, everything's all good, we can come in, work at our pace, and not have to worry about someone being down our necks about, hey, do this or do that, or this is not done, this is not, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So individually, for both of you, what drives you? What makes you want to be the best candidate for yourself and pushing odd jobs up higher than you guys already are?
I think what motivates me is the vision of me and my brothers enjoying life as it should be. Really, I'm driven by financial freedom.
Right.
I want to have the freedom to do what I want in this life, because life is short. I want to be able to provide for my family and give them financial freedom as well. And just make sure that I have generational wealth to ensure the securement of my bloodline.
Right. That's awesome.
I think it's a lot of the same that Max said, but I think another extra part for me is potential, like the gap between where I'm at now and my potential. So
Right.
I want to fill that gap and see, how close can I get to a potential that I know exists, but I don't know what it looks like. Does it look like me and Max building out this business to, I don't know, 100 employees? Max sometimes says he wants how many employees?
30,000.
30,000 employees. He always says that.
Hey, that's awesome though. You got to have high goals, because if you don't have high goals, then you have nothing that you can strive for.
Exactly. So it's about, feeling that potential and seeing how close can you get to, reaching your potential and your purpose in life. What about you? What drives you?
Man, see, this is the first time anyone's ever asked me a question on the podcast. So I was a little thrown off. What drives me is I like the saying, I am greater than I was. So
Okay.
kind of what you're saying about the potential. I always think in the moment of where I am right now, I'm a better person, a human, hard worker, or whatever it is, than I was yesterday. Growing each day, making myself really understanding people, making sure I can relate to them in certain ways, understanding people's emotions. But other than just my actual job, I just want to be a better human. I want to be the person that people can look up to and lead by example without having to be like, hey, this is how I'm doing it. This is how you need to do it. That was a good question. I wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
Now I feel like you're interviewing me.
I mean, it's supposed to be a conversation, so why not?
Right. That's awesome. So you guys just talked about what drives you and what motivates you. What's something that you guys have learned as a child that someone maybe gave you some life advice to how to be where you guys are or have that motivation?
It's a good question.
And you guys can take your time with, like, if you don't.
Yeah, I don't really know, any specific pinpoint advice, but I think some of the biggest stuff is the basics. The golden rule: treat people how you want to be treated. That goes a super long way.
Especially when you're working with customers.
Customers, not even customers, like myself and Max. It's easy for Max and I to sometimes butt heads about small things, but hey, would I want someone to talk to me like that, or would vice versa for Max? Would I want Josh to talk to me like that? So it's kind of a, treat people how you want to be treated type thing.
You guys are doing great things. And like I said, we've never met before. We've never talked other than just DMing each other. And you guys are stand-up guys.
Thanks.
You guys are very motivated. You guys are passionate on what you guys are doing. And I hope you guys get 30,000 employees.
We will.
Yeah. See, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, for sure.
But right now, what's some accomplishments that you guys have made that you're proud of?
The year of 2020 was an accomplishment for me that I'm extremely proud of. Really pushed through all the bullshit, made me realize what is actually possible. I'm just extremely excited to see what 2021 brings. And I'm just looking forward to applying all of the knowledge I learned in 2020.
Right.
Yeah. I think some of the big accomplishments that even Max missed are like some of the small things. Let's see. We invested a lot of money into sales training.
We did.
A lot of money into mentorship. That's pretty big. So I think some of the growth that we've had has been a lot of personal growth, internal.
Right. Okay.
Which is allowed for like the material growth that other people see. Like, oh, you guys have accomplished these projects, but all that starts, up here and up here,
Right. Of course. Yeah, definitely. You have already gone to South Carolina and done some stuff. Where's places that you guys personally want to put your Odd Jobs trademark stamp in certain locations?
I mean, ideally, like being realistic, Max and I want to do a thing where it's winter times that we'll go down south because the spring starts earlier and we don't have to transition from snow or from pavers and patios and all this outdoor good stuff to snow. We'd rather just keep the same flow the entire year, which is why we went down to South Carolina to actually partner up with some of our friends down there who have a business and just kind of, build off their momentum, help them and get some jobs rolling too.
That's awesome. And yeah, because you don't want to get real good at something and then kind of lose it over the winter season. So yeah, I understand that.
Snow is just a different game. It's not the same as pavers. It's not the same as, outdoor living. It's a completely different.
Yeah. The thing about snow is it's as soon as it snows, you're going until the snow is gone. So if you have to work 3 days straight nonstop, you're working 3 days straight nonstop. And nobody wants to be outside at 2:30 in the morning, wet and cold.
Right.
You could look at me and tell me you want to do that. You're a liar. Nobody wants to be doing that. So I definitely think it's a better idea for us to up shop and go down south where, it's warm, it's nice, people are friendly, and most importantly, we can make some money.
And not only just making money and going down where it's warm, but you also get to put your guys' company out to other people in different areas.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And things are a little bit different down south, just about like materials and things that are, used. But for the most part, it's the same thing. Customers want the same requests.
What's like the popular thing you guys do? Like what do you guys notice that like everyone's wanting this?
Paver
patios, sod for new construction. So if you have a new construction home, you want some grass for sure.
Right, obviously.
And then, today we got about 4 or 5 calls about fire pits. So pretty big too.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially I noticed that in like this area of where I live, a lot of people have just little stand up fire pits they get from Fire or Walmart or whatever.
Yeah. People want to be near the fire, enjoy with friends. So definitely that. And I think a big thing that hasn't been big in the past, but we're going to bring it out a lot this year is lighting. People need to be able to see at night so they can make use of that outdoor space.
Right. That's awesome.
They have lighting, whether it's string lights or they have lights that go in the pavers themselves. It's important to be able to actually see your space and then be able to make something of it with family, friends, entertainment because you have lighting.
Right. You don't want your only light to be from the fire itself.
From the fire, or people always have these dawn to dusk lights on the side of the house.
Yeah. Right. Max and Josh, you guys are stand-up people. And like I said earlier, this is the first time we ever got to talk to each other. Yeah. So this is I learned all about Odd Jobs and the things you guys are doing. I'll leave everything for contact information in the description. I'll make sure I'll put like pictures and stuff on here so people can have an idea of what you guys really do. Being 23 and starting from the ground up, learning everything you guys have done is a testament to you guys' selves. Yeah. You guys are hardworking and you're motivated and you have high goals, and you guys seem like you guys are going to be willing to get up to there no matter what it takes.
By any means.
Exactly. So if you're in the local area and you're a homeowner and you want to renovate your outside or inside, or you want to do something new and you're a new homeowner and you guys want to change some things of the house you just bought, hit up Odd Jobs. They're willing to come to you, and I wish you guys the best of luck, and I hope everything goes well for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. Just to add to that, you can reach us at Facebook, Instagram. Our number is 248-302-9175. And we're working with homeowners everywhere in Oakland County to build those outdoor living spaces for your friends, family, and entertainment.
All right, guys. It was great to meet you guys. I hope you guys the best, and good luck with everything. Thanks for listening, everyone, and until next time.